I'm about to reveal to y'all fitness advice that I would not sell my soul for, but you get the point. This is like really important advice that I just wish I had earlier in life. Disclaimer though, no souls will be being sold in this video. What up, y'all? My name is Susu. I am the one, Sule. I'm a D1 football player and the founder of Athletics University. And today class is in session. Today, I'm pretty much just about to tell y'all about the stuff I wish I knew when I was younger when it came to fitness. So to give a little backstory, I've been working out since I was like 14 years old. I took a PE class in which we had to lift, and I don't know, I just fell in love with like lifting, getting strong, getting big. And then later on, around the time when I was like 18, I got really obsessed with like just being super athletic. Like I wanted to be dunking basketballs, running fast as fuck. So I was a bit of a late bloomer when it came to that sort of stuff, when like athletics, but I just always loved being fit, the idea of like, you know, being able to take your shirt off and be confident and proud of who you are. So I did a whole bunch of stuff. You know, I would work out like every day. I was like the only person at my school really going to the gym like that, and I was obsessed. I was like literally obsessed. Like I would go home, I would binge watch all types of videos like this, just stuff about fitness, stuff about like just fitness and lifting and all that. And like I found all this different information. Like there was people saying, oh, you want to lift in the 8 to 12 range for hypertrophy to gain muscle, and that was all I cared about at the time. So I did that. But like looking back, there's just a lot of mistakes I made. Like I was overtraining, I was not recovering well enough, I was not eating good. Like so many mistakes I made that if I had just had the right guidance, I could have made progress way faster. So I'm about to give it back to y'all. I am about to tell y'all the stuff I wish I knew when I was younger that would have made me progress way faster, so that way y'all can start progressing way faster. So number one is simply you grow when you recover. Okay, this is a big one. There's no such thing as overtraining. There's only such thing as under recovering. You can work out every day for like 2 hours a day, but if you're sleeping like 9-10 hours, you know, you're recovering from that, you can do that every day. Fuck what everybody says. But it's the 21st century. You have other obligations other than just fitness. Let's be real. So working out for 2 hours every single day is not realistic. You're not going to be able to recover from that. You're going to start experiencing fatigue. You're going to get super tired, and you're just going to get, essentially, you're going to get burnt out. So you need to understand, working out daily, if you're going to do that, you need to do extremely small volume. Like if you're going to work out daily, your workout should be no longer than 30 minutes, because your central nervous system, your CNS, it needs time to recover, or else it's going to get extremely fatigued and you're just not going to be able to push as hard. So doing like super long workouts where you're doing like 100 different exercises that you saw off Instagram, also useless. Here is a simple trick to, you know, kind of just beat this, is if you're going to lift, only lift 3 times a week. Because even if you're only getting like 7 hours of sleep, even 6 hours of sleep, but obviously you should be getting 8+ hours of sleep. But even if you're not getting as much sleep, since you're only working out 3 days a week, you're actually able to recover and you're actually able to make progress. So when you go to the gym, every time that you go, you're going to be getting stronger. So there you have it. Simply just focus on recovering. And if you're not able to have a lot of time to recover, if you're not able to get 8 hours of sleep every night, maybe you got kids, maybe you just got another job, maybe you got school, work, whatever it may be. If you're not able to fully get enough sleep to recover every night, then you need to work out less often. And that moves on to the next point, which is to focus on what matters, okay? A lot of people go in the gym and they don't really have a plan, they don't have a goal. And simply put, if you do anything without a plan or a goal, you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're going to be so like disorganized trying to figure it out on the fly. Now I'm all for spontaneity and like going in a little blind, but no matter what you do, you should always have something that you're trying to gain from it. You should know exactly what your goal is and what you're trying to get from it. So when you go into working out, here's the thing. If you want to gain muscle, understand muscle stems from strength. So when you go into the gym, you should be focused on strength. If you're playing a sport, what is your goal? Are you trying to get faster? Are you trying to get more explosive? Are you trying to get quicker? Are you trying to just be more smooth, more agile? Like don't just go, if you're a football player, a wide receiver or something, and you go and you're about to, you know, do some drills with a coach, like don't just go just like, oh, I want to be a better wide receiver. Like no, specifically, what do you want to work on that day? Like, do you want to work on dropping your hips lower? Do you want to work on flexing your ankles so that you can get out your breaks faster? Do you want to work on more knee drive? Do you want to work on just running faster at every time? Like always go in with a plan. Focus on what matters to you, and that really just stems back to your goals. Like for me right now, my goals with my fitness is that I really want to get faster. I want to be running like a 4.2 or 4.3 at the 40 or something, at the combine or something. So I don't do like training that's typical. Like I don't do a whole lot of upper body. I really just do a lot of stuff that involves like hamstrings, hip flexors, knees and ankles. Like I'm training that stuff. I'm not really too focused on like the upper bodies and getting like big arms and all that. Like that stuff can come later. So just make sure that you focus on what matters to you. And on top of that, when it comes to focusing on what matters, that also just comes down to like eating real food and getting your sleep. Like nothing is ever gonna beat the basics. It's just eat real food that's high in protein and that's not fake, like all the refined carbs and the cookies, chips and candies and whatever, cakes. Like y'all hear me say this every video, but also just get your sleep. Like sure, there's saunas and stretching and stuff, but nothing is gonna beat the basics. Just get your sleep, bro. 8 hours a night, it'll change your life. And this leads into my next point, which is simply like less is more, okay? With all this, less is more. Yeah, you can train daily, yeah, it might be fun, but truly, you're gonna make the most progress, you're gonna make the most gains, you're gonna get stronger when you do less lifts. When you lift like 3 times a week, this, as I said, this gives your body time to recover. So you go in one day, you lift super hard, give your body a day to rest. Next day you go in, you're able to lift super hard because you gave your body time to rest. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but like when you come in to work out after like a week off, you're able to recruit so much more muscle fibers. It's like your body's firing on all cylinders because it's had time to recover. And like y'all don't understand, when it comes to all this weightlifting stuff, like your central nervous system needs to recover enough so that you can really recruit the fibers that you need in order to make progress. So start lifting 3 times a week. You should really do no more than that. And also when it comes to stuff like bulking and cutting, like don't focus on that. Just focus on eating real food. Like focus on eating real food over like trying to eat enough food. Like counting calories, that shit is stupid, okay? Because not all calories are made equal. The calories from a bag of chips, let's say there's 500 calories in a bag of chips, is way different than the 500 calories in a grass-fed organic steak. The chips is not going to do shit for you. They're going to inflame your body and make you fat. The steak is going to do so much benefits for you. It's got protein, it's got fats, it's got essential amino acids. You're going to feel better, more energized, feel stronger, all this good stuff. So just focus on eating real food over trying to like eat enough food, because at the end of the day, the real food is what's going to make the difference. The real food is what's going to deliver the nutrients, and you grow when you get enough nutrients and vitamins. It's not about just like, sure, you might grow if you eat a bunch of food, but you're just going to get fat. You're not going to be lean and jacked and muscular and athletic. On top of that, like when it comes to like sleep, like just focus on sleep. A lot of people out here like stressing the sauna, like, yo, make sure you get in the sauna, make sure you get in the stretch. And don't get me wrong, this stuff is important. Like I do sauna, I sauna like once a week, and I try to stretch pretty often, but at the end of the day, nothing beats just getting your sleep, getting 8 hours a night. Like there's a reason that before there was stretching, before there was saunas invented, people were just sleeping. Sleep has always been the quintessential #1 way to recover. And last but not least, eat less often, but eat more food. So this essentially is just fasting. Instead of like eating around the clock, like, okay, I gotta eat every 2 hours because of muscle protein. So like, who gives a fuck, bro? No, just eat 1 to 2 meals a day. Okay, well, let's be real. Let's be realistic. Eat 1 to 3 meals a day in a condensed eating window. So you don't have to eat as often, but you can just eat more food when you eat. And then last but not least, your fitness should enhance your life, okay? Fitness should not be taken away from your life. Fitness should not be your entire life. Your entire life should not be centered around fitness. Y'all might see me making content on fitness, but I do way more than that. I go to school, I play football, I make these videos. Obviously, I work out. But there's still so much more that I do. Like I read in my day, I hang out with my friends. Every now and then I even play video games. I like to go to the beach. I like to keep my place clean. I really like to focus on the feng shui, stuff like that. Like you need to understand, fitness should only be one aspect of your life, but it should be meant to enhance your life. Because what fitness is going to do is going to give you confidence, energy, and vitality. It's going to give you strength. Like when you're strong, you know, you feel more confident in yourself. And when you are brimming with confidence, you're just brimming with energy. And people notice that. People notice the life in you. So fitness is meant to enhance your life. Don't forget that. You shouldn't be out here sacrificing, like hanging out with friends or going to events just so that you can go to the gym and like get an extra lifting. Because what is that going to do for you? Like unless you're a fitness influencer, unless you're going into like a sport that requires a bunch of lifting, like football, or unless you want to be a professional bodybuilder or Olympic lifter, you really shouldn't be sacrificing your social life for fitness. Because understand this, the real world social life, is always going to be here, okay? So you need to make sure that you're making the most of it and being out in the scene and just, being a social person and making sure that you're exposing yourself to the possible opportunities that might present themselves when you're outside. And on top of that, you just don't want to be neurotic. Like you don't want to be the dude who like eats a seed oil and now his life is about to end. Because I used to be that dude and it really does fuck you up. You don't want to be the person who like misses a workout and like now they're like like they're like acting like it's the end of the world. You don't want to be the person that didn't get enough sleep and now they're like, oh my god, I didn't get enough sleep. Like I'm done. Like, who cares, bro? Like, life is not always going to be perfect. So just make sure that your fitness is enhancing your life. Don't be so over neurotic about it, and just ease up a little bit. Okay, just get your lifts in 3 times a week. Play sports or sprint 2 to 3 times a week. Make sure you're getting your sleep in 8+ hours. Eat real food. Eliminate the fake food. Start fasting. And y'all might hear this and be like, well, that's a lot, but really it's not, bro. All this takes is like maybe an extra like 2 hours, but it's like 2 hours that you were using to scroll on TikTok and then go jack off. So come on, bro. You can spare the time to do this. But with all that being said, that's all for the video. Don't forget, check out Athletics University, where I have several workout programs, recovery programs, nutrition programs, mindset programs, lifestyle design programs. Not to mention, I also just post my training and what I'm eating daily. So if y'all trying to get like Sue, y'all can go get right over there. Don't forget, Athletics University, link in bio. And with all that being said, don't forget to follow me on X and IG at the one Sule. With all that being said, I am the one Sule. Sue. What it do? Stay up and stay blessed. I appreciate y'all for watching this video, taking the time out your day. And Dusky.